Hey loves, welcome back. Today we are doing another shop my stash. I got my cute little basket here and I'm kind of feeling a green look today. So grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it. Do a little shopping and then we'll do a full face. And it is a gloomy, rainy day, so it is the perfect time for a little makeup therapy. I'm gonna start off with the eyeshadow palettes first, and I'm actually kind of feeling a smaller palette today. I love small palettes, honestly, more than bigger palettes sometimes, but mostly drugstore. I do like that Profusion 5-shade palette. Let me see what this one looks like. These are really good, actually. Super pigmented. Profusion has amazing eyeshadows. Oh, this is pretty. I think I did a summer look with this. This evergreen eyeshadow palette from Profusion is beautiful. I love that green too. It's like a nice kind of Christmassy green. Could be an option, but let's keep looking. These CoverGirl Clean Fresh palettes are also beautiful. They have nice color stories, just good drugstore quality. But I don't have a green one, unfortunately. I honestly don't have a ton of green drugstore eyeshadows. A lot of them are pretty warm or burgundy tones. I do have this one actually from Wet n Wild. It has, well, just one green, so that's not really what I'm looking for. Ooh, I forgot I had this too. NYX Ultimate Shot. It's a liquid eyeshadow. Very pigmented, very pretty. Another kind of Christmassy green. I found more green down here. I do have this little e.l.f. palette here, but you see it's kind of like a neon lime green, and I don't really want that kind of green. It has to be the right color. This one from Hard Candy is also really good. These little quads, but this one is more of like a summer green because it's a lot brighter and just not really the vibe of what I'm going for today. Okay, I think Dose of Colors is gonna be the winner. If you have not tried these eyeshadow palettes from this brand, highly recommend. They're so underrated in my opinion. I think I'm gonna go with this one instead. Let me show you. This is the Cutting Edge palette. I really like the tone of this green. I think I'm gonna do a little mixing and matching, a couple transition colors, and then I'm gonna use those greens on the end. These are fantastic quality. Like I said, if you have not tried them, definitely recommend. I'm gonna show you my go-to palettes, the Baked Browns 2 and then the Pretty Cool palette. The Baked Browns 2 is right here. Just really nice warm tone transitions that don't run too orangey, and then the cool tone is just that. Really beautiful cool tones. If you have fair skin or you just like cool toned eyeshadows that don't pull orange on your skin at all, these are it. I really like the combination of these two palettes as well. I think they complement each other really nicely. But yeah, I think today I want to dabble into this Baked Browns. This is the original because I don't think I used this, and I want a couple transition colors with the green. Look how pretty this is. I have to use this today. These are really nice transitions. These are a little bit more warm, like a touch more orangey kind of terracotta shades versus the Baked Browns 2, which is warm. I feel like it's a little bit less orangey. And then this is the Smoky palette. Look at how gorgeous these cool tones are. I may use that black color today for a little shadowing because you guys know I always do that. For lashes, I'm still loving half lashes. I love the way they look with my eye shape, and my favorite ones are still from Lily Lashes. These are self-adhesive, so you don't need any lash glue, and they're so easy to apply. I think these are going to be the winner, honestly. They've just been my go-to. I also still love these kitten half lashes from Salon Perfect, the Feline Flick. We need a really good eyeliner. I'm thinking either black or maybe like a plum, I think would complement the green really nicely. This is still my go-to eyeliner, the NYX Epic Wear liner in Burnt Sienna. This is a beautiful plum eyeliner. It makes the eyes pop, and I pretty much keep the same eyeliners in rotation because once I know that they work, there's no going back. And then for mascara, since I am gonna do false lashes, I'm gonna just keep it simple and use my favorite Hailey's Beauty Reveal lash lengthening for the lower lashes. This is great because it doesn't get clumpy and it also doesn't flake. Let's do some skin prep and see what primers we want to use. Out of all the primers in this section that I have here, the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush is my top favorite high-end one. But I also really like for drugstore the NYX Plump Right Back Primer. That one is incredible. I actually need to do a little declutter in here too because there's some primers that I could definitely get rid of. Oh, we have this here too. This is pretty for glowy makeup. The Glow Booster from Essence. I'm going to use this CoverGirl Skin Enhancer Sticky Grip because this is one of the best at the drugstore. I really like the texture of this on the skin. Wait, I forgot I have other mascaras over here that I could use for the lower lashes. Some of these are newer, the ones that I've tried within the last couple of weeks. You know what? I'm actually gonna switch out my Hailey's mascara for the Physicians Formula Butter Lash Mascara, because this is also really good, and it's at the drugstore because I always use my Haley's one. I love it though. It is so good. This is another one that I tried a couple weeks ago that I didn't love, the Refi mascara with that really cool wand. I do like the wand. It can be a little tricky to work with, but it doesn't really give as much curl as I was expecting, at least with my straight lashes. So didn't really love this, to be honest. I wouldn't repurchase. So we have a little drugstore skin prep here. Now let's pick out a high-end foundation just to have a good balance. I have a couple of my high-end foundations in this little section. Maybe I should go for a more natural finish. I was gonna do Patrick Ta, but I think this might be a little bit too glowy for today because I already am gonna do like a pretty glowy base. Most of these are drugstore. Oh, I do have my Huda Beauty Easy Blur. That's a really good foundation. What color is 240N Toasted Coconut? I think Huda Beauty is gonna be the winner. I love this foundation. I really like the stick version. I don't think she makes it anymore. The Faux Filter Stick Foundation is still one of my all-time favorites. Maybe comparing that one to this one and see how it looks side by side. Let's pick out a concealer. It feels so good to have this organized, you guys. Oh my gosh, so much better. So I have drugstore on this side, high end on this side, and then I have my correctors in the back, which is a kind of a combination of both. I think I'm gonna do another high end concealer as well. So my go-to is always House Labs. When I reach for my concealers, House Labs, Fenty, or the Tower 28 concealer. So I should use something I haven't used in a while. What about Say? This looks like a nice neutral tone as well. Maybe we could try Say. I have this one in the shade 10. Now let's pick out some bronzers and blushes, but let's do bronzer first. Should we do drugstore bronzer? I think so. A forever favorite bronzer for me is always the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer at the drugstore. It just never fails me. It's such a great formula. I also really like this Butter Bronzer palette because you get a brightening shade, a more cool tone shade, which I love for contouring my nose, and then this one is a more warm color. This is another one of my all-time favorites, the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. I love how smooth this is on the skin. It's a really good Fenty Beauty bronzer alternative. Let's just go powder bronzer today. And then for blushes, we're gonna do a little blush cocktail. So I'm gonna do a combo of cream or liquid with a powder over top. Wet n Wild Mega Glow blushes. Look at that nice touch of glow in there. It's like a blush and highlighter, but in a stick form. NYX Fat Cheeks. This was a really good launch of the year. Amazing formula that blends nicely under powder and over powder as well. I actually really like this Relove by Revolution Duo. You see that kind of beige color? That's kind of what I want today, just because we're doing green. But I need a layering color, so I need to add a nice cream. For these little liquid blushes, most of these are drugstore, but we can definitely find like a more neutral kind of beigey toned blush in here. This one's pretty. Rosy Romance from Wet n Wild. Very muted, which I like. Elf Camel liquid blushes are also really pretty. Oh, this is actually a nice color. It's nice and neutral. What shade is this in? Dusty Rose. Look how similar these are. They're like identical as far as the color. Oh, but I do have these Baby Got blushes from Essence as well. Very pretty. Dusty Rose. They're all like the Dusty Rose name and shade. Now let's try this Baby Got liquid blush in Dusty Rose. I'm gonna do a high-end powder combo. So these are all of my matte loose powders, and then these are my glowy ones. I'm thinking since we have such a glowy base, I need a mattifying powder to balance everything out. And I already see the one that I'm gonna use because I haven't used this powder in what feels like forever. The Dominique Cosmetics Translucent Setting Powder. Definitely gonna use this. Charlotte Tilbury is always my go-to, or NYX, as well as Lawless. But I'm thinking today, should we go Fenty? This is the powder foundation, 230 soft matte powder foundation. I think this actually might be a nice option because it's a nice color. Yeah, let's go with this just to set the entire face. This is the lineup so far. Now we need to pick a balm lip color and a setting spray. For setting spray, these are some of the ones that I have. I honestly used this Tear one the other day and I really liked it. It's the Mask Fit Makeup Fixer. And Tear's at Ulta now, which is really cool, but I like their foundation too. I actually could have used that foundation today. Maybe I'll use the setting spray. This one's nice, has a nice kind of natural finish. One size is always the go-to for special occasions or when I want to really plaster my makeup in. Another really good drugstore setting spray is the NYX Face Glue. So good. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Tear. Let me also show you though, another really good underrated setting spray is this one from ColourPop. Nobody talks about this, but this is actually really good. It keeps you matte and it sets the makeup so nicely. I've tested this out even in the summer and it's a really nice formula. No fragrance, and I think it's like 10 bucks. Really nice. It kind of reminds me of the Kylie Cosmetics mattifying setting spray. Now let's do a lip combo. I have a few of some of my top favorites in this little section here. I want to do a lip liner video, so I was gathering a couple. I'm thinking maybe something plum and deep would be really nice with this look. Say lip liner 101 in Tease is always a really nice option, but I use that all the time. Some of these are also newer lip liners that I just kind of threw in this little section here. Chai from Anastasia, that could be good too. I love ABH lip liners. Kylie Cosmetics has really good lip liners as well. I have, I think, one in here. Yeah, this one from Lawless. I don't think I've ever tried. Forget the filler. But I don't know if this color is going to be a little bit too warm. I could always grab a couple and then just swatch and see what works best. Oh, this is a good one. Milani, actually, Fire Sign. This might be the perfect kind of reddish tone brown that I think will complement the eyeliner and the eyeshadow. I may try this one actually. This is the go-to at the drugstore, but this is a plumping lip liner. It's not too spicy though, which I appreciate. I'm gonna see this one. I want to see how the Lawless one is because I don't think I've used this one. So I want to kind of compare and see which I like more. Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. I know people don't really use liquid lipsticks that much anymore, but this is still one of the best formulas ever. It's not drying and it's so opaque and pigmented and also very long wearing. Thinking about using one of these today since I'm using a Dose of Colors eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna grab a few of these and we'll do some swatches and see which one will look better. Cozy might be a nice option as well. Let's just add a couple in there. Almost forgot about Anastasia Beverly Hills. Their Velvet Matte liquid lipsticks are also really nice quality. Oh, I forgot I have these little lip oils here too from House Labs. Maybe I should use one of these. That's like a nice kind of neutral that I think would go well with the other colors. Let's try that. This one looks like a nice kind of milky nude. NYX Fat Lip Oil. Chilling like a villain. Let's try that. I'm gonna swatch a couple of the lip products and then we'll see which one looks better. All right, girls, it's glam time. Of course, we gotta do some eyeshadow primer. I'm just using the one from Rare Beauty. One of you guys told me that the one from Sigma is also a really good eye primer, so I'll have to try that one. But in addition to this, I really still like the Dominique Everlasting Eye Base. I used this the other day again for the first time in a while, and it's really good. You just need a tiny bit too, so it'll last you forever. I am so happy that I have been decluttering and just tidying up a little bit in here because it makes the Shop My Stashes just so much more enjoyable, but also just a little bit more seamless because everything's in its place for the most part. Doing a little combination of these three palettes like I told you guys because I want some transition colors, so I'm going to go into this Baked Browns palette. Let's start off with this color right here. I want a nice warm crease. I'm gonna go into that next color in there. I want to make this quite warm. We're gonna cover this up with the green, but I just want a nice warm transition right in the crease. These are so nice and blendable. I really like these little palettes. These are just such nice quality, and I really like the different color stories, the packaging. Like I said, all around just really great eyeshadows. Let's get into this green. By the way, you also get a little tiny eyeshadow brush. I usually don't use it, but it does come in there. I'm gonna take that deep mossy matte green. You know what? I'm gonna put that color all over the lid actually, and then we're gonna add the shimmer in the middle. One of my all-time favorite green smoky eye looks to do was from the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. Do you guys remember that? When I think those palettes used to be like $3 or $4. They were super affordable, but I loved the green in that palette, and every single fall I would always use that. Honestly, even just this green too all over the lid is really pretty, but the shimmer is going to take the look where it needs to be. I'm like so focused, I'm trying to really blend this, but these are honestly really seamless eyeshadows. I'm loving them. I definitely need to pull these out again. Let's go in with that shimmery green and do my little tear spray right in the center. It's pretty much the same color as the matte shade, but it's shimmer. That's the exact color I wanted. It's perfect. Taking a little bit more of that warm color. And you see I'm just running that right below my brow bone for a light warm touch in there. Now let's get into this black eyeshadow. Look at how pretty. This kind of gives New Year's vibes or winter vibes as well. I definitely want to put this color all over the lid. But let's go into this black. Take these off too. It's been literally like 40 minutes at this point. It's funny because it says to only leave these on for like 10-15 minutes, and I always do at least 30 because they feel so good. I feel like at this point it's just engraved in my brain doing my eyeshadow like this because of all of the YouTube OGs that I used to watch growing up. Jaclyn Hill, Carly Bible. They like taught me how to do makeup, so now this is just my go-to. All right, let's get into this butter mascara. I tried this a couple months ago. It is waterproof, but that's why I like it because it does hold a curl and it doesn't flake. And if you're familiar with the butter bronzer, this smells just like it. It's actually insane, but it's a really good mascara. And it comes off easily too with makeup remover at the end of the day, because I cannot stand that when certain mascaras you have to, it feels like, rip your eyelashes off for the mascara to come off, or there's still leftover product even after makeup remover, but this one's really good. I just have not been in the mood to deal with lash glue. This applicator from Lily Lashes too makes it so easy to apply these. I was trying to look for this earlier because I was going to say if the plum liner didn't work out on the waterline, because I don't know how it's going to look with the green, that I was just going to use black. And I love the Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eyeliner. It comes in a 2-pack. It's under $10, retractable. It's so creamy. It doesn't smear. It's one of the best eyeliners that I think is comparable to high-end at the drugstore. So I have a fresh one here. I don't know where my other one is, so I'm going to just use this for a little tight line. Now let's see what this burnt sienna color is going to look like on the waterline. Let me just swatch it for you. It is such a deep plum. It's honestly gorgeous. This is going to look good on so many different eye colors. If you want something other than black or brown, I think this is such a great color, very versatile. One of the best sharpeners I've ever used for my pencils is from Revie Beauty. I use this for my eyeliners and my lip liners. It's fantastic. I love the size of it, but it just gets all of my pencils so perfect. Ooh, I do like that actually. Yes. Oh, cute. I love the way that looks. Pretty. Also, it's doesn't come off. Like, you really need to scrub this away. I'm gonna do a quick little under eye prep. Since I wiped away all of that fallout, I'm gonna go in with my Dalba all-in-one multi-balm. I always keep this here on my filming table because I love this before makeup. Concealer and everything just applies so nicely over top of this, and it gives instant hydration. And in the winter, sometimes my nose gets really cracked and dry, so I'll even apply this around that area too. It's such a good multi-use balm. CoverGirl Sticky Grip. This is a really good gripping primer, nice and hydrating. I was rewatching Tell Me Lies because they're gonna have the new season coming out in, I believe this is January. I hate how there's only, with a lot of the new shows, they're usually between 8 to 10 episodes, and I'm like, we have to wait so long for a couple of episodes. Like, I need at least 20 per season. That's why I love early 2000 shows and movies. I feel like they just don't hit the same now like they did back then, or you know what I mean, like the new movies and shows. Because I was googling how many episodes are going to be for the next season. Essence Glow Booster, medium tan, and it says only 8 episodes. We're only getting 8 episodes and we have to wait per week, which I do think is also very annoying. Why can't they just drop everything all at once? Like, if you're already paying for the subscription on Hulu, I feel like everything should just be on there. That's my opinion. So I'm kind of thinking, should I just wait for all the episodes so that I can just binge watch it all at once? Because I honestly hate waiting each week for a new episode. But that's why the newest show that I watched this year, I mean, it's not new, but Oh wow, this is really pretty. But this year I watched Desperate Housewives for the first time and I was obsessed with it. I rewatched it. I'm literally about to be done again watching it for the second time. And I love it because there's so many episodes per season. The lighting in early 2000 shows is so cozy and comforting. Let's compare this Huda Beauty stick foundation to Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Foundation. I really love this stick foundation. This is like one of my all-time favorites that I've ever used in my entire life. Not even kidding. I love how flawless this is and how it wears everything. It's beautiful. I love the way it just melts into the skin. It's super creamy. That's why even with Grey's Anatomy, I've tried to get into the newer seasons, and I don't know if it's the lighting. I mean, I think it's a combination of everything, but it's too bright and saturated versus the older seasons that just feel so much more cozy. So when I rewatch Grey's, it's always usually seasons 1 through 6. They're my favorite. I've been telling myself that I want to finish Grey's, but it's just so hard to get into it, especially because a lot of the OG people are not on the show anymore. But yeah, the lighting, it's too bright. It's almost too crispy. We need the early 2000s lighting and quality back. It would make movies and shows so much better. With Tell Me Lies, actually, speaking of that, I do feel like they kind of give that good lighting that I really enjoy. I will say though, even though there are only 8 episodes, there's so much that happens in each episode. Here's Easy Blur foundation. Really nice. And then here's the stick foundation. They actually look very similar. Don't see a huge difference. I think the coloring is a little bit off, but I feel like the coverage of these is very similar. Obsessed with this concealer brush from BK Beauty. It's the N19, the most perfect shape, and it's big, very large and in charge, but you can blend out your concealer so quickly with this. I love the undertone of this concealer. That looks really good. It's pretty like natural, I would say, but it still gives some nice coverage. It is a more hydrating formula. Let's try this Essence Baby Got blush. Oh, that's a nice blendable formula. Good blend. BK Beauty 109 brush, by the way, is a really good multi-purpose brush. I feel like you could use this for anything, but I love it for blush. Okay, I'm gonna use this random little Lottie London puff. Lottie London is not a brand anymore, and I just get so sad when brands or they shut down or go out of business. I don't know why. I just get so sad. Like, it's definitely the empath in me. I have such big reactions, or emotions, I should say, to things that maybe if you're not an empath, you're like, it's not that serious. Like, it's just a makeup brand. But just in general, I feel things so deeply. I mean, I love being an empath, but it is very draining at times because we just feel things so deeply, like on a level that most people probably wouldn't. I really did enjoy Lottie London. You might still be able to find them at CVS, but you can't get their products online. I actually wouldn't even recommend ordering anything that you see online from this brand because you might not even get it because they're just non-existent at this point. Fenty Beauty. I love their shade range that Fenty has. I'm using another brand that it's not existent. BH Cosmetics. BH really hurt. I still think about that brand. I think somebody said that Makeup Revolution bought BH Cosmetics formula, and I can see that because I do think that their stuff has gotten so much better within the last couple of years. What's nice about the Fenty powder foundation or any powder foundation is it's going to enhance the coverage a little bit while also setting your makeup. Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. We need more shades in this. I think this is one of their most underrated products. It's such a gem. It is so smooth. Mostly around the forehead is where I like to focus most of this product, but it never gets muddy. It is just so smooth and pretty. I really love the complexion today. I think everything worked out really nicely. The primer combo and the foundation, both of them. Now that they are set, they do actually look very similar. Let's add some of the Relove blush. I think I'm actually gonna try the highlighter today. We have a little bit of golden shimmer with that green, so I think the golden highlighter will be a nice addition. Let's try it. This is one of the most affordable blush duos that I have in my collection, and it is so pigmented. These come in a bunch of different colors. You can get this brand at Walmart. Another BK Beauty brush. I love A507. It's just angled. I want to just do a touch of highlighter without going too overboard. BK Beauty N20. Look how pretty that is. I pretty much just apply it like on the tops of my cheekbones, but kind of over the blush as a little topper. And now let's try out these lip combos and see which one is the winner. So I'm going to show you guys Milani Fire Sign One of the most beautiful, deeper lip liners. Very long wearing, a little plumping. Let's see this Lawless lip liner. I think I only swatched this. Yeah, I don't think I used this on my lips. This one is still very rich, but definitely lighter than Milani. A little bit more on the warm side, which I don't think would be also terrible with this look. Let me swatch these Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. I have not used these in so long. Cozy, I like that a lot. Also a little bit warm. And then we have Extra Toasty. I think I like Cozy more just because it's not as peach. This one pulls very peachy. Want to do Lawless or do we want to do Milani? Lawless, because I always do Milani. I didn't want anything too warm today, but we do have some warmth on the cheeks and the eyes, so I think the one from Lawless is actually going to come together so beautifully. And then I'm going to do that liquid lipstick from Dose of Colors. I'm going to use a little lip brush. This one's from Jessup. Now we're going to add a little gloss. So let's compare these lip oils. I have House Labs and NYX. I mean, I'm not saying they're dupes or anything, but I kind of just want to compare the colors. So NYX Fat Lip Oils, hopefully they're still available because one thing about NYX, they will discontinue good products consistently. But this is the NYX Fat Lip Oil in the shade Chillin' Like a Villain. And then we have Praline, which is the lip oil from House Labs. I'm kind of feeling NYX. I feel like I need a touch of like a peach in there on the lips, and I think the NYX will be a nice addition. House Labs is nice though because they're not sticky at all. It is such a smoothing kind of lip oil. Now I'm curious if these are still available. Okay, they are. They're $10. Yeah, they're really good. They have a bunch of different colors. This is a pretty nude, a nice topper, even if you just want to do this with lip liner. Let's finish up the eyes with the green color. I'm gonna run that right on my lower lash line. This mascara has such nice bristles too, so it really combs through all of your lashes, especially the lower lashes, and it makes them so long. Tear setting spray now. I love the mister on this too. Everything looks beautiful together. Love the complexion. I love the lip combo too. This is too good. That Lawless lip liner was effortless on the lips. It was very creamy, but I feel like it defined the lips really nicely. Like there's no bleeding or anything around the edges. It's stunning. The eyeshadows, I already told you guys, these are just so good. This green is perfection. And then can we talk about this drugstore blush combo? If you're into a more muted rose, this is really pretty. I also really love the highlighter. It is intense, but it's a nice glow. It goes on really smooth. So this is your friendly reminder to shop your stash and stay tuned for more of these, because now that I decluttered a ton this year and I want to do more because I have so many goodies in here, and it's always fun rediscovering and playing with things that you already own. You don't need all the new makeup. Obviously it's fun, but that's what I'm here for, to test it all out so you don't have to. But let me know what color, or let me know what theme I should do for my next Shop My Stash. I am already thinking about the next one, but if you guys have any other requests, let me know. Hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy the Shop My Stash and just all things beauty. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye!